What's up, everybody? It's me, Walter Tuomi. I just want to let everybody know that I'm going to be doing something new going forward in not just my streams, and my YouTube videos, but in general, just my life, right? I've been trying to make some adjustments, and one of those adjustments is going to be one of the hardest that I'm going to make, and I'm going to attempt to make ever, because I've never really done an actual legit attempt at quitting alcohol. I've been drinking alcohol since I was 16, and I'm in my late 30s now. So if you've been to one of my streams, you would see that I would always be drinking. I've been drinking whiskey and beer, sometimes both. I'm what you call a functioning alcoholic, right? But I've never gone a day since, I would say, my early 20s without alcohol. There was one year that I did have no alcohol, maybe here and there, but for the majority, I was in a different headspace. I really kind of had no choice where I couldn't drink. I did have a DUI a long time ago in 2012, and I got out of that easily. I mean, not easily, but I got out of it, and I did, anyways, that's another story for a different video. I don't want to bog you down with details unless you ask, but what I want to get into is the fact that I've known that I've always wanted to quit. I've known that I've had to struggle with this. I never made up any excuses. I always accepted what I was. I was an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. And I've always wanted to be able to say that I can quit, right? I've always seen examples of people that, I look up to, other streamers, individuals that I know personally. And I also have surrounded myself with people that are alcoholics as well. It's just what you tend to do as that kind of person. Sometimes you have people that are functioning and non-functioning. I know both, right? I fall into the category of the functioning. Now, I wouldn't say it's ever negatively affected me in my life other than the DUI, but like even on my streams, I don't drink and drive. I don't even drink in front of my kids really that often. When it comes to the hard stuff, I really just kind of lay off of it when it comes to my children. And when I stream, it's always late night anyway. They're always sleeping. And what I want to do is not just for them, but it's for me, right? Like, I want to be able to quit, because even before my kids were born, I was always thinking, like, I can't continue this. I drink a lot at night, and I drink really hard and really fast. I've always had this thing where I need to consume liquid, whether it being water or soda or anything. If it was in front of me, I just had to drink it. So alcohol was definitely the worst kind of thing to enter me. Like, both my parents had drug histories in their families, not just themselves, but their families. So my family has a history, right? I kind of was born with that disease, the alcoholism. Not to say somebody put a beer in my hand and put a gun to my head and told me to drink it, but I did have a thing where when I was 16 and I got my first job, a hard construction job, my father was just like, here's a beer for, have hard work. Not to say that, I'm not trying to incriminate anybody, but it was just one of those things that's what happened. But I was already drinking before that, and I would always, at parties and stuff, but I would always find a way to get back to that because I liked that feeling. It made me more social. It got rid of a lot of my anxiety. At first, of course, like other kids, I wasn't able to tolerate the drink, but eventually I grew to kind of love it. I never really hated alcohol, but I never really knew where I was going to be going with it. Like, I never knew how much of my life it was going to take over. Like, it got to a point where when I was streaming or playing a video game, I had to have a beer with me or a hard drink, some whiskey or something to accompany it. So making this adjustment, because I want to be held accountable. That's why I'm making this video. It's just so I can be held accountable for what I'm saying here, for my attempt, so that if you see me streaming, that and I'm sober, know that I'm struggling internally. It's not easy. It's not easy to even, like right now, it's not easy being sober for me at this time. Like during the day, I can do it all day, no problem. I can do it all day. But when it gets to the night and I'm in my own head and I don't want to be, that's when the drink becomes kind of harder to resist, right? That's when I start thinking about all the goings-ons, money situations, my kids, love life, all that starts affecting me, right? So I've never had to deal with any of that. And again, all the years that I've been living up to now, trying to make this push, trying to make sure that I can quit, that I can do this. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not doing this for internet points. I'm not doing it for anything other than to say that you guys can hold me accountable. You guys can say like, oh, this is the asshole that tried to quit, and guess what? Maybe he fell back on the wagon. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. I know that that I'm an alcoholic, and I know that I'll always be an alcoholic, even to this day. Even if I never have a drink again, I'm always going to have that thirst for one. So I just want to bring to light, like I've always thought about this. And if you've been on my stream, you've seen me start getting to the place where I start slurring my speech and I have to end streams abruptly because sometimes I can't even function at that point, because that's just how I got, So it's not easy. It's never been easy. I've always wanted to get to the proper headspace where I can quit. Nothing happened. I didn't abuse anybody. Nobody was hurt. I just woke up one day. I lost a lot of sleep and I decided, hey, I got to do this. I got to do this for myself. And I want to do this so that I can continue to see my kids grow up while I'm healthy. And I don't want to be the example for them, knowing that I'm an alcoholic. I'll always admit to it, but I'll let them know that I'm an example, that I can do this, that at least I can try. What's the worst that can happen? At least you try, right? So that's what I'm going to try to do going forward. I just wanted to share with you guys. Again, not for internet points. This is just me trying to be a human being and trying to survive and go forward. And hopefully you guys can all hold me accountable. If you come to my stream, you see me, say hello, say what's up. If you're a struggling addict as well, just say what's up in any kind of case. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you watch and whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you consume, just stop by, say hello, words of encouragement, here, there, anywhere. You can find me on all my socials, at NeoDefective. I'm pretty consistent with that. Just to drop me a line and maybe DM me, say what's up. Let me know if you're struggling. Again, like it's not going to be easy for me. I know it. I know it won't be easy. And I'm trying to internalize it all right now. It's going to be a tough road. It's going to be a forever road. This road is never going to end. I'm going to be an alcoholic for life, but I'm always going to have to try to beat it and try to beat down that door. And I just have to not be a coward and face life at nighttime when I'm all by myself and streaming with you guys and trying. And if anything, I can see that as therapy going forward. Like, being able to talk to you guys and getting those words of encouragement. Obviously, I don't want to have a poo-poo party on me. I don't want you guys to be there going like, oh, well, not like, hey, man, words of encouragement because we know you're struggling. It doesn't have to be that way. You can still joke with me however you want to joke with me and talk and be the same people. We're all the same people. It's just that now I'm just dealing with something a little extra that I was already going to have to deal with eventually anyways. So, again, thank you guys for taking the time to listen. If you got this far, I really appreciate you for just hearing my words, hearing my confession. AA was never it for me. I'm not really a religious person, so having to do the prayer and all that stuff just didn't stick with me. I'm not that guy. So, but I don't go pushing religion away. Like, I live as though I am religious. I even tell my kids, like, live as though you are religious, because those are good moral values and all like that. So everybody, if AA worked for you, great, that's fantastic. But it never worked for me because I had to do it when I went to when I had my DUI. So I'm just letting you guys know. If you have any more questions, I'll make more videos and more content about it, and I'll probably make more content anyways as just like a journal. If I'm ever struggling or going through it, and I'm dealing with things like I am right now in my own head. So if you've been here before, you know what it is. Stay dirty, humans.